a Reddit user set up a trail camera deep in the woods, hoping to capture some wildlife. But when he checked the footage one morning, what he found left him shaken. At 12:10 a.m., the camera had recorded several figures, all dressed in white robes, standing in a circle among the trees. Their heads were bowed, their long hair hanging loose. Whatever this was, it seemed like something sinister was going on in those woods. A camper in the Appalachian Mountains recorded unsettling sounds during a night at his campsite. The forest echoed with what sounded like a woman's scream, followed by the distant barking of dogs. He swept his camera across the woods, but nothing appeared in the frame. The Appalachians are known for strange noises and unexplained sightings. Though terrifying, sounds like these aren't entirely uncommon. During a visit to the Hoh rainforest, a traveler was offered an unsettling gift. A construction worker claimed he had unearthed a voodoo doll buried beneath a tree, and offered it as a keepsake. The doll was crudely made of fur, with strands of hair on its head and strange, oddly fresh-looking eyes. Disturbingly, the man accepted the gift, and even considered us taking it home as a souvenir. But honestly, I'd never recommend bringing something like this back into your house. A man was out on his nightly walk in Wisconsin with his dog when he decided to film the unusually dense fog surrounding a wooded area.
My dog and I come out here every night for a walk, and I had this insane spotlight. What the hell is that? Nyla, get over here right now. Hey! Nyla!
As he swept his spotlight across the trees, several glowing eyes stared back at him from the darkness. But as soon as the beam hit them directly, they vanished without a trace. Shaken, he called his dog and left quickly. He couldn't shake the feeling that these weren't just ordinary animals. Red Sands, a desert outside the city known for off-roading, hides more than just dunes. While visiting the area, a man captured something strange on camera. In the distance, a pale figure sprinted across the path. Witnesses later recalled an eerie unease hanging over the night, as if the desert itself was alive. A man walking his dog in the Devon woods noticed something odd near a hill where his dog often acted strangely. On a low branch, he found a doll, placed right beside a pair of women's knickers. It didn't look accidental. The way the doll was fixed to the branch seemed intentional. Whether it was some kind of prank, a ritual, or just discarded objects, the sight left behind a deeply unsettling atmosphere. A man was hiking when he spotted a deer grazing quietly in the woods from his car. He grabbed his camera to film it. When he got home and checked the video, he saw something both funny and disturbing.
But I think I see something looking at me through that window. I might be a little delusional, but I think I see something looking at me through that window.
As a car rushed past, a person inside stared straight at him with a terrifying grin. It was most likely just someone playing a joke, but it's easy to understand why it felt so unsettling. A hiker recorded a strange sight one day. What appeared to be a cloud-formed tunnel rising straight from the earth into the sky. At first glance, it looked like a tornado's funnel, but the weather was calm, with no signs of storms. The location of the footage is unknown, making it hard to determine what rare weather phenomenon this might have been. Any ideas? During a visit to Brainerd, Minnesota in July 2007, a man returned to his childhood home to take photos and videos of the place where he grew up. His mother had lived there for decades, but the house had become shabby over the years. Wanting to preserve memories, he photographed the property. Later, while scrolling through one picture of the backyard, he noticed something chilling. Reflected in the glass door was a face. The place had been abandoned for years, so what was it? Just after midnight, Zach S. and his friend Brandon decided to explore an old tunnel in Sphinx Ferry, Pennsylvania, a place locals insist is haunted. As the guys look around, something chills them to the core.
Dude, seriously, what is that? I hear it sounds like boots, like wet boots walking up here.
Well, I heard that too, but did you hear the like low like?
Yeah.
It's like a male.
Yeah, that's what I was describing as a growl.
It's like a male grunting.
See what the?
Heavy footsteps, like boots pressing into wet ground, echoing from deep within the darkness. As they tried to check it out, a low, guttural growl rumbled from the shadows. Terrified, the two bolted back to their car, convinced that something unnatural was lurking in those tunnels that night. A wildfire tore through the valley between Hurricane and Laverton, Utah, nearly reaching homes.
It could have gotten really bad. It could have come up, spotted over this ridgetop, and just kept going through the grass and sage and then into our neighborhood.
Authorities said the fire was intentionally started by one person.
Somebody was down here, they seen when the fire started, kind of hustling out of here.
A witness captured photos of the suspect igniting multiple spots and fleeing on a bicycle. Police arrested 28-year-old Bradley Edward Belmore on 3 counts of second-degree arson. Fortunately, firefighters from 4 agencies with air support contained the blaze before it could spread into neighborhoods. An Uber driver drove to a creepy deserted village in Mexico. The storm made it seem even more unsettling. While waiting for their passenger, they noticed something unusual. The driver watched for nearly 5 minutes, but the figure never moved, never shifted, as if frozen in place. Maybe it was just some decoration, but that didn't feel right in this place. We never got answers. When a hiker reached a lookout viewpoint, he stopped to take in the view, but then something strange caught his eye.
Cara, ¿qué es esa mierda?
He couldn't figure out what it was, so he filmed it zooming in. But that didn't give him any answers, only more questions. Questions he hopes the internet can answer. A woman had just started a new job as a cook at a hotel in the middle of the forest. As part of the job, she was given a room to stay in. Excited, she filmed a short video of the space and sent it to her family. But her family noticed a terrifying detail. Near the bathroom doorway, a small figure of a girl appeared. As the woman moved closer, the figure suddenly darted away. When she went to check, no one was there. I wonder if she still works there after this. Would you? For anyone with a fear of spiders, consider this your warning. Because what this person found on their porch was straight up nightmare fuel. A large spider carrying dozens of tiny baby spiders on her back. It turned out to be a wolf spider, a species where the mother carries her young until they're strong enough to survive on their own. Terrifying to look at, absolutely. But in truth, wolf spiders are harmless, and actually help by keeping pest populations down around homes and gardens. A man took this photo during a summer work trip on Jersey Island. In the photo, a strange silhouette appeared in the window. Even though the area behind it was blocked by thick shrubs and trees, leaving no space for anyone to stand. It almost looks like someone wearing a long dress, or even an old raincoat. There's no obvious explanation for the appearance of this figure. Does that mean it's paranormal? During a hike deep in the woods, this man stumbled upon something chilling. An abandoned campsite. He began documenting everything he saw. Scattered belongings, a long dead fire. It looked as if whoever had stayed there had vanished in an instant. Tragically, he even found a dog that had passed away. Not far from the site, he discovered a GoPro. In the description of the original video, he wrote, "Why did I even decide to make this video? I'm not a detective, not some kind of search specialist. Even a huge search team couldn't find a single trace of this guy all these days. The answer is simple. I found a strange tent camp deep in the forest. And what shocked me most was the disturbing video I discovered near the spot where the missing person was last reportedly seen. Later, it was revealed the camera belonged to the missing man. His name wasn't disclosed, and his face was blurred for privacy. The hiker explained, "I'm not allowed to publicly share the details of the investigation or the identity of the missing person without permission from the family or the police." Before handing it over to authorities, he saved the files and reviewed the recordings. And what he saw was deeply unsettling. The nature reserve where all of this happened spans nearly 10 miles. Just 4 days earlier, the man had vanished without a trace. Search teams scoured the area, yet found nothing. The GoPro footage was edited to remove repetition, but the most disturbing moments were left intact. Was someone following him? Did he drop the camera while running from something or someone? And what exactly happened to him? There are thousands of theories, but not a single answer. On February 27, 2012, tourists stopped at a waterfall in Rio Claro, Brazil.
Uhul! Ih, caraca! Tem uma coisa ali. Caraca, apareceu um cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água? Caraca! Ali, mozinho!
While filming, one of them captured a dark, human-shaped figure rising from the water. The figure stood briefly, then slipped back into the falls without a splash. At first, they thought it might be a person hiding under the waterfall, but when the group searched, they couldn't find anything. If it weren't for the footage, they wouldn't have believed their own eyes. A YouTube channel called Real Ghost Official filmed inside an abandoned spot in India. At one point, he captures something terrifying. A light drifted into view, then vanished into the dark without a trace. Some say it could have been nothing more than headlights from a passing car, but the timing and the setting made it feel out of place. In such a creepy location, even a flicker of light can turn into something unsettling. Past midnight, a couple drove down the dark, winding stretch of Highway 17 after a concert. Suddenly, this happened. A figure appeared in the middle of the road. The driver swerved, shaken, certain he had almost hit someone. Later, when he checked the rear dashcam, the road was completely empty. Showing the footage made it worse. The figure seemed to appear only seconds before the car reached it, though nothing was visible earlier. To this day, no one knows what they encountered on that road. A trail camera owner believes they captured something unusual. A deer stood near a feeder when a glowing shape rose from the grass and crossed the camera's view. The deer didn't react, staying perfectly still as the bright figure passed. While it's most likely just a bug reflecting light, the camera owner is convinced it's a fairy. And honestly, it's more fun to believe that it is. While driving along the road, this person suddenly noticed a strange object drifting through the sky. At first glance, it seemed to morph and change form, almost fluid, like it was shapeshifting. Some viewers insist it was nothing more than a cluster of balloons carried by the wind. Others argue the movement was far too unusual to be explained so easily. Honestly, even after zooming in and re-watching the footage multiple times, it's impossible to confirm or deny either theory. The distance makes it unclear, leaving this mystery unsolved. On the night of August 18, 2025, occupants returned to their cabin at 10:19 p.m. and noticed unusual movement captured by the backyard security camera. The footage showed something unexplainable, sparking concern and curiosity. The property is now under continuous surveillance to monitor any further incidents. The recorded activity has left viewers unsettled, as no one can identify what triggered the strange occurrence. Do you have any idea? In Mexico, a motorcyclist reported a strange late-night encounter on a deserted road.
Acabo de ver que hay un niño, güey. Había un niño aquí ahorita y mira, hay una cubeta tirada allá. No sé si se alcanza a ver. Y hay otra acá y aquí como que echaron algo recién. Quién sabe qué pedo, pero te juro que vi un niño.
He noticed what looked like a child standing by the roadside, but when he turned his camera, the figure had vanished, leaving only a bucket. Moments later, a faint voice called to him from the darkness, urging him closer.
Ahí está, güey, ahí está. Puta madre, güey, ¿cómo lo hago? Niño. Niño. Hey, niño, ven. Hey, ven. Ven para acá. ¿Qué haces allá? Vente, te llevo. ¿Con quién estás? ¿Y tu papá? ¿Dónde está tu mamá? ¿Con quién estás? Yo no puedo ir, vente, ven tú a la luz. Ándale, ven. Te ayudo, vente, te llevo a tu casa. ¿Dónde vives? A la verga, güey, no mames, qué pedo.
Trusting his instincts, he fled on his motorcycle. Viewers online remain divided. Some believe it was a child, others say it was a ghost or a mimic. A man was hiking when he spotted something unusual in the sky and recorded it. Then, this happened. The objects rotated slowly, almost like they were scanning the ground. Then, without warning, the one at the front shot upward at a speed too fast for the eye to follow. The sight left only questions. Were they machines, entities, or something far beyond our understanding? Or AI? While reviewing data from a friend's trail camera set up in a remote area, something unusual appeared in the footage. A strange figure seemed to move across the frame. People shared their theories, but nothing quite added up. Most likely it was just the bushes in front of the lens and a person walking past. But if it was just a person, what were they doing out there in such a remote place in the middle of the night? This photo was posted online on Reddit, confusing and terrifying everyone who saw it. At first, it looked like a creepy red face, but the explanation is much simpler than it seems. It was just a red cardinal, returning night after night to the Redditor's backyard. Strange, but not terrifying. Lomar returned to the mountains where he had once felt uneasy.
And, well, this is strange. All the water is gone. Yo, usually there's water here. Am I tripping, or do you guys remember water being in this stream? Okay, let's just go up a bit. That was weird.
A stream he remembered flowing was now dry, and a caution sign had vanished without a trace.
You wanna know what's weird? Where did that sign go? There was a sign there saying like caution, rocks falling or something. Now it's completely gone.
That night, strange sounds echoed through the trees, and he described seeing something moving in the shadows.
I just hear like distant like growling. That makes sense? Like growling, moaning, gasping, like animal. But not from before. The scary thing is, guys, is there are unseen people within the trees that I'm not seeing with my eyes, but I just captured them, or at least 2 on camera, on photos. They're here with me right now. I don't know what they want, but they're here. They're legit watching us.
When he returned to his camp, things grew even stranger.
And where the is the tent? Where the fuck's the tent? Yo, we just got robbed. Yeah, and someone just came and took the tent. What the fuck? Oh my. What the fuck? Can you see that? Why is it over there? Why is her tent over there? Hello? Someone in our tent? Who's in the tent? Come on out. I literally see like weight in the tent. Who's in the tent? Whoever's in the tent, come on out. I'm actually armed, and I will hurt you if you try anything on me. Who's in the tent? Hello? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Kia, what the hell? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
As he tried to sleep, the sounds never stopped.
Something's out there. Almost sounds like something's moving out there, but it stopped when I started listening. There's something weird out here. It's edging me on. Like I do not feel safe. Like vulnerable is the best word. Just vulnerable. Something is circling our tent right now.
By morning, his cameras were dead, their batteries mysteriously drained.
It's kind of crazy right now. All of our batteries are drained. This one has like 3 minutes left. The DJI handle stick is a charger that's dead. The camera batteries only brought 2, and those last like 6 hours each of video time straight, I believe. Or maybe like 4, but still, I shouldn't have ran through 2 of those. Yeah, something's draining our stuff. So I legit have no other camera but this one left.
It was clear. Something unseen had been there, closer than he wanted to believe. This mysterious photo was taken by a hiker in the US. At first glance, it looks like a dog, but it's standing upright on 2 legs. Some thought it might be a kangaroo, but kangaroos don't live in the US. Now people are wondering if it could be the legendary Dogman. Since there's very little information about the photo, it's not even certain that it's real. In Minnesota, a strange sight caught people's attention. A flying object drifting high above. It looked oddly like a floating log. Could have been a weather balloon, a drone carrying something, or just an illusion created by perspective. There has to be an explanation. A man was walking through the desert late at night when suddenly something strange happened. A stone slid across the sand, though nothing had touched it. Before he could make sense of it, he noticed something far more terrifying. A tall, shadowy figure with glowing white eyes fixed on him. He froze in place, unable to run, convinced that whatever was standing there was behind it all. Later, he described the figure as a demon, a moment that still haunts him to this day. And for more like this, just watch this next video.